I just want to start by doing a quick land acknowledgement, just saying that Brock University acknowledges that the land on which we gather is the traditional territory of these people, which I'm sorry, I will not try to pronounce, many of whom continue to live and work here today. This territory is covered by the Upper Canada Treaties and is within the land protected by the Dish with One Spoon Agreement. So just want to acknowledge that this is a part of our heritage that we recognize. But yeah, this is campus. As soon as you get off the bus, most of our buses stop right here or to the right or to the left. The point is that most of the days when you're coming in for classes, this is the first thing you'll see. So the main thing I want to say before we get started is that today I'm just going to go over some of the highlights. As I mentioned in the previous presentation, we do have a link that I think has been posted in the chat already, but if not, I'll ask Karen to put that up there, and you're more than welcome to take a tour of campus yourself. So the first thing we are going to talk about is the Rankin Family Pavilion, and this is our latest addition to campus. It is right the first thing you see as soon as you come in. This is newly constructed 41,000 square foot space for students to kind of, again, travel to their classes, but also take some time to kind of relax and study. So here is our second floor of the Rankin Pavilion. I know as a student, this was one of my favorite places to work for the year that I managed to be in here. But there you go. This is especially breathtaking during night. And as I mentioned, we just opened it in 2020 or 2019, unless I'm mistaken. The next thing I want to mention is our Makerspace. Now, this is a great space. For those of you who are not familiar with a Makerspace, it's kind of in the name. It's somewhere where you make things, but most importantly, it's somewhere where you make things with new and exciting mediums. So whether that is 3D printing, whether that is vacuum forming, whether that is CNC machines, these are as a space where you can connect to some of the opportunities to be engaged with these new technologies and do rapid prototyping. Something especially exciting to highlight is that during COVID, our Makerspace produced 612 face shields and 2,108 pre-assembled and delivered PPE equipment for first-line responders. So again, this is a wonderful space for you to quickly prototype things that you want to try out. We also have a podcast space if you're interested in starting a podcast or being part of a podcast. It's a wonderful place to be. I know for sure, as someone who's in technology, I was very happy to see that we got those new toys. I also want to talk about our Arthur Schmon Tower. This is named after the chair of Brock University's Founders Committee. The Schmon Tower was built in 1968 and is kind of the flagship building of Brock University, which is pretty funny because in this picture, it's right next to the flags as well. Whenever you don't know where campus is, all you got to do is look at the horizon and you can see this building for miles around. It's about 13 stories high and it's home to our library. It also includes some administrative offices that I'm sure you'll be interested in, whether you have questions about registration, admission questions, fee payments, and account inquiries, whatever it may be, we're here to support you. And then just quickly browsing over, we also have our Student Wellness and Accessibility Center. This is just one of the places we have set aside to make sure we always have someone on staff, someone on call that has resources and support to help you be happy and successful during your time at Brock. We also have an app that helps you access these resources, and the Wellness Hub is a place where you can meet other students who are going through a wellness journey, so to speak. Talking about our library, which is named after, again, the founding president of our university, James A. Gibson. It has over 1.1 million holdings and makes up 7 stories of the Schmon Tower. This picture right here is on the second floor of our library. These are the Matheson Learning Commons. And as you can see from the picture, we got a lot of space. So whether you want to sit by yourself or you want to take up a table to talk with your friends, or you want to take one of the many computers we have available for you to get your assignments done, there's all amounts of opportunities for you to get some work done and kind of hunker down. We also have our circulation desk, which is where you can connect with librarians, whether you're starting research or you want more guidance on how to access the different resources we have available. That's the one-stop shop to know more about your library. And then we have study spaces available to you, our 5th, 6th, and 7th floor, as well as 8th, 9th, and 10th. The reason I'm splitting them up is because as you go higher, it becomes quieter and it's more of an individual study space. So floors 5, 6, and 7 have a bit of a louder environment and they're more geared towards group study. You can see from the picture that everyone always has like an opportunity to face someone else. And these rooms here in the background behind the window panes can be reserved for you to work with your groups. Once you get to the very 10th floor of the library, that's where we keep our special collections of very old and very important books that just need a lot of special care to be looked at. On the other side of campus, we do also have some library that is available for you in case you're a geography student or a geology student and need to look at different maps, different aerial views, or different atlases. Now from here, kind of next to the library, I know this is hard to see, but pretty much this is our Thistle hallway, which is behind this picture really, and it connects you to a lot of places on campus. I think the library is kind of the head of campus, and then right now we're in what we could call kind of the heart of campus. And the reason why we can call it the heart is because that's where the Shawnee Sullivan Theater is. This is our biggest lecture hall. It can seat up to 450 students in this. Let me just turn the camera around. You can just see the amount of seats we have. This is most likely a place you're going to be visiting during your first year lectures. It's a wonderful place for you to be able to see the slides very clearly from any angle, and just a great place for you to connect with your professors. After that, I'm going to take it to Market Hall. So the theater we just saw is to the left of this picture. And if that was the heart, if that whole hallway was the hall of the university, then I like to think, sorry, if that whole hallway was the heart of the university, I like to think that this is kind of the stomach of the university. Here in Market Hall, we have probably our most comprehensive dining options. This stand right here, this whole section is brand new, and it's here to offer you servings from Starbucks, as well as some healthy and a bit more savory and delicious snacks as well. We're happy to accommodate whether you're a vegetarian, a vegan, you can't eat gluten, or you want to, or you can only eat halal. We have pretty much any different dietary restrictions, and we're happy to help you accommodate those. But yeah, going next, we also have at Market Hall, kind of left from Guernsey Market, which is the name of the big dining space I just mentioned. We have the Gathering Place of Good Minds, which is a part of student services, and it includes a student lounge, a computer lab, and a library collection for Aboriginal students. And next, we have two spaces that I think are pretty key to your success here. The first one is kind of in the name, is the Student Success Center, and this is here to help you succeed in your university studies, whether you're not used to or you just need a little help. So we have science drop-in for those in chemistry, physics, biology, you name it. We have upper year students who are there mostly to help you be better at your courses and just kind of give you some guidance on how to be successful at a university level. We also have many events for you to meet other people in your cohort or other people in other programs. And lastly, you have writing, drop-in, and tutoring. I know for sure for me, it was difficult to transition into writing academically in English all the time. So if you need help with this, they are always here and available for you. And then the next zone is kind of something that happens after university that can also happen during your studies. Career Zone is the one-stop shop to know everything there is to know about your career and getting the support and the resources to be successful. So whether it starts with exploring your career by seeing which outcomes you can have from your program, whether that is attending a workshop or a one-on-one session to review your resume, or having just a drop-in where you come right in and just say, hi, I just need help with this thing, you're always going to be supported here whenever it comes to career. And for those of you who are in co-op programs or thinking about co-op programs, this is one of the places where you can find supports and education on how to find a co-op placement and how to be successful at a co-op placement. So yeah, just gonna move on to the next location, our Fishbowl. And we call this place the Fishbowl really because it has windows on both sides. In my opinion, it should be called the fish tank. But some of the highlights of this is that it's the largest of 9 computer labs on campus. It has 132 PC computers running Windows and 8 Mac computers running Mac OS. You have access to printers and scanners in case your professor needs you to hand in your assignments on paper. You have a bookable presentation room all the way at the back there. The computers are updated every 2 years, so we want to make sure you have the gear you need to access your programs. And we also have an IT desk right here. Whether you need help working your personal computer, getting the software on it, or whatever it may be, they're there to assist you in the process of being more tech savvy. Some of the commonly used software installed on the computers are Microsoft Office, Maple, which is a algebra math software, Minitab, SAS, and SPSS. I don't know those last ones because I've never had to use them, but I'm sure someone in the chat is happy about them. Next, I want to talk a little bit about residents. And again, I'm just kind of skipping forward a bit here. These are all the places you can visit if you are interested in taking your own little tour. But just to kind of talk about residences, we have about 3 main types: the traditional, the townhouse, and the semi-suite. I just want to highlight a couple of them. So for the traditional style, we have the cube residences, which really are very close to the semi-suite style. The main difference between traditional style and semi-suite style is that semi-suite style is like one long hallway, and the rooms connect to the hallway and share bathrooms. So one bathroom for every 2 rooms. Meanwhile, the traditional one is an entire floor that is all rooms, and it has access to 2 very big gender-neutral bathrooms with more than 12 like commodities, so to speak. So I'm going to quickly go on to the Lowenberger Suite. This is, again, a semi-suite style residence. This is a double room. So you can see it's got 2 beds. One thing you will easily notice is that a lot of our beds are mounted on bed frames that allow them to go up or down. So if you want to have more space under the bed to use for storage, you're more than welcome to do that. You will always have a closet and some furniture for storage, and you're more than welcome to bring your own as well. You can really personalize your room and make it your own. As you can see from the picture, it doesn't even look like the same space. It's covered in stickers, covered in pictures. So really, it's an opportunity for you to find kind of your new home. And here in Lowenberger, there is a bathroom between every 2 rooms. So here on the left, that could be a single room or a double room. And here on the right, it's always going to be a single room. And in this bathroom, you get your sink, a shower with bathtub, and a toilet as well. You share the responsibility between the 2 rooms to keep this room clean. Kind of going forward, this is something you can pretty much count on all of our residences, and that is a common room. This is a space for you to connect with other students as well as meet with your Don. So the Don is someone assigned from resident living services, and it's someone who's going to help you get oriented around university and really connect with the resources we have available. In here, you have available to you a microwave and a kettle in case you want to do some light cooking. We also have a study room available here in Lowenberger. There's also study rooms available in the Q and in Village and in ERP. You do have your laundry room. For those of you who are not used to washing your own laundry, I can confirm that it is not magically cleaned. You got to come down here and do your own laundry. It's going to be a fun experience for those of you who've never done it before, and you're able to do it using your preloaded Flex dollars, which is kind of our own on-campus currency you'll be using a lot of during your time here. Let's talk dining. So here in Lowenberger, we have one of our 2 dining halls. We have one here, we have one in the queue, and this is all brand new stuff. You're going to be the ones to break this in. And by that, I don't mean break it. By that, I mean it's going to smell like a new car. We have many different options. So as you can see, it's all fully stocked. Let me show you some more pictures. We have our pizza and pasta station down here, where there will be daily rotations of different flavors for you to try. We also have our plant-based station for those of you who are vegetarian, vegan, or just flexitarian. I know for sure it's a great way to keep up with the latest developments in more environmentally friendly food. We also have our sandwiches and soups. Here is our market bar. So the 2 pictures we just saw are from down there. Once you come out, you get to our market bar where we have fresh produce and fruit, as well as yogurt to keep up with a more healthy lifestyle. Next, we have our cereals for a slightly unhealthier lifestyle. If you love your Fruit Loops, your Frosted Flakes, and it's the #1 thing you want to have for breakfast, we always got them here. And we will always have a pop-up station to break up the routine, where our culinary team will use their skills to kind of mix it up. Now we're going to go on to a townhouse residence. So we already covered a semi-suite residence. Now we're just in a townhouse one, and it's kind of in the name. It's a house in a town of houses. So that means that we have multiple bedrooms in this house and 2 bathrooms. One is more fully equipped than the other. The one in this main floor is the one that is lesser equipped. But from where you can see here in the entrance, you get a nice landing area to take off your boots in the winter. So here is a single bedroom. Every townhouse unit has 3 single bedrooms and 1 double bedroom. And just going on to the next one. And really one of the advantages of the townhouse is that your common space is exclusive to your house. But most importantly, oh, sorry, I did a kind of a 360 there. Most importantly, you get yourself an oven, a stove, a microwave, and a fridge all to you. So that's a great opportunity. If you like cooking and you want to save some money, it's a great way to do some meal prep, to be better at cooking, and just overall become a more fluent adult, so to speak. You also get your own little space to have dinner with your roommates. Now I want to skip forward a little to our Cairns research complex. One moment, please. Actually, before I go there, I'm going to show you our International Center. For those of you who are international students, which I expect is the majority, this is one of the places where you can get connected to fellow international students, the resources available to you, and to know more about the events we are always hosting. So here on this black chalkboard, this is always full of activities for you to check out, and it's a wonderful way for you to see at a glance what's coming up. So we got student engagement. We also have our ESL services. For those of you who are aware that you do not meet our English requirements, you can take your English courses right here. And we also have Nobu's Noodles, which is personally one of my favorite places to eat on campus. So this is the International Center. Here is the Global Commons, also in the International Center, one of the many places on campus where you can study and take kind of a break. This mural right here was painted by a student to represent the many countries that are here in Brock University. As we mentioned, it's over 100. So each flower is the flag of a different country. But now taking it over to the Cairns Research Complex and the Plaza building. This is one of my favorite places on campus. It was recently built in 2011 to 2012. It's a very modern building, as you can see, just completely flooded with natural light. It's all about keeping the spaces big and open. Students from the Faculty of Applied Health Sciences and the Faculty of Mathematics and Science will spend most of their time right here. It also houses the Department of Child and Youth Studies, as well as the satellite campus for the McMaster's Niagara Regional Campus of the School of Medicine. So that's actually right behind here, the satellite campus. And why I'm pointing it out is because this partnership with McMaster benefits Brock students. They can access the modern anatomy lab and other teaching resources, which make your experience in medical sciences or most of our programs in the Faculty of Applied Health Sciences even more valuable. Here is our Plaza building, is again one of my favorite places on campus, because down here at the bottom is the campus store. In the corner is some of our Brock University Student Union things, which I will mention very briefly. But also you have the floors up here, which are open for you to study pretty much 24 hours a day. So it's a great space for you to get some work done. And taking you in there, we can look at our campus store, which is the #1 place for you to get some Brock swag if you want to represent your school. But most importantly, it is the one place where you get access to your course materials. So over there in the back, you get access to textbooks for most courses. The great thing is that we do offer price match with Amazon. And once you've purchased a book, some courses we will offer a buyback for, meaning that after you've purchased your book and used it for a year, we'll be happy to buy it off your hands for a reduced price. And then taking it over to our student union. One moment. I think I went past it. There you go. Our Student Alumni Center. This is, again, I know I keep saying it's one of my favorite places on campus, but it really is. One of the reasons for that is because down here we have more food options. There's Subway, there is Burrito Boys, there is Harvey's, there is Booster Juice. And if you don't know any of these, then once you come in as a student, you're going to get more acquainted with them. This is also one of the places where you can meet with one of our over 110 clubs. They are all organized from here. You may meet with your club somewhere else, but what's most important is that no matter your interest, you're most likely going to find someone who loves that too. Up here is our own restaurant, Isaac's Bar and Grill, which is a great employment opportunity if you want to just kind of make some bucks on the side, but it's also a great place for you to get some food and some drinks on campus. This overnight on Thursdays kind of turns into its own kind of club. So it's a great opportunity for you to get some partying in before the weekend starts. And of course, this is the home of our Brock University Students Union. So everything that's related to your student clubs, student orientation, mental health and wellness initiatives are all from here. We are here to advocate for you as students. And the very last thing I want to mention is our Goodman School of Business, which is kind of around the corner from this. This is a recent expansion of over $22 million. It houses almost 3,000 undergraduate students and over 650 graduate students. We added 29,000 square feet to the existing School of Business, and kind of our top priority is to renovate and extend the things that are available to you as a student. So I'm just gonna quickly, there you go. This is what it looks like inside as soon as it loads. We just completed this building in 2020, unless I'm mistaken. And it's a wonderful space for you to come and get some work done. As you can see from the tables, you can also wait for the buses. So this kind of circles our campus tour around, in that we started all the way over there and now we're over here. So you can wait for the buses right here. We do keep the bus times posted up here. And two things I want to highlight from this space, this atrium, is number one, these three rooms up here. Those are co-op interview rooms for those of you who are in a co-op program. If you want to do a mock interview, or if your employer is coming on campus to meet with you, this is a great place to kind of be on your home turf before you start that. And we also have a Bloomberg lab. For those of you who are interested in accounting or finance, it gives you access to Bloomberg computers. And that about does it for our campus tour. You can see very easily that we didn't cover all of it, and that's just an open invitation for you to come back and check out more of our campus, or shoot us an email and we'll be happy to walk you through. But that's about it for me. Thank you so much.
That's fantastic, Santiago, and thank you so much. Everyone, I'm watching the chat and I'm loving all the connections that are happening. I do just want to give a shout out to our Instagram pages. So our main Brock University Instagram page is at Brock University. And then we do have an Instagram page specifically for all of our international students, and that's at Brock UINTL. Definitely connect with us through there. We're always looking for ways to engage with you. There's different contests that are run. There's different programmings. We even have a live show that we are able to do. I know, Santiago, you've done a couple of the live sessions as well during your time as an ambassador. I know a lot of students are looking for ways to connect with the community. And speaking from your experience, Santiago, as a student, do you have any tips for these new incoming students for September and January on ways in which they can engage with other students and the Brock community?
Absolutely. Well, as I mentioned, for our Brock University Students Union, we do have over 110 clubs. Some of them are the anime club, the esports club, the gaming club, the eco society, whatever you want to do. Trust me, there's more people like you here. And if there isn't, you can always start a club and be the home for new people like you. So definitely check out the clubs, and also check out a website called Experience BU. This is a wonderful place where all of those clubs list their activities. So if you just want to taste test all of them, this is the place to find them all.
Fantastic. And now you did mention the Brock Eco Club. I think you have a special connection to that club. Do you want to share maybe what that is and how that happened?
Absolutely. So as I mentioned, if there isn't a club that connects with your interests, you are always welcome to start your own. And because of that, I am one of the founding members of the Brock Eco Society. I am sorry to be graduating this year and not being able to continue with it further, but I leave it in very good hands. So if any of you are interested in becoming more environmentally friendly in your daily practices, this is one of the places to connect with other students who are like-minded.
Awesome. That sounds fantastic. And now going back to your first presentation, you did speak about intramurals. So I know that you might have maybe not participated in too many intramurals, but during my time at Brock, one of my favorite things that I did was actually the underwater hockey intramural. So like Santiago said, if you have an idea for a club or an activity that we don't currently have, you can create it. So one of the students at Brock actually created underwater hockey intramurals, if you can believe it. So we went into the Brock swimming pool, which is an indoor Olympic-sized pool right on campus that all students have access to. And then we ended up playing hockey on the bottom of the pool. So we'd have a big snorkel and flippers and like a little mini stick. And it was a lot of fun. And that was also a really great way to meet students too. Brock International Student Services also hosts a plethora of different activities, events, webinars, live events that you're able to participate in as well. And most of them are completely free of charge. So that segues into our next session, which is going to be with Jesse, and he's going to walk us through our Brock International Student Services. So Jesse, whenever you're ready, over to you.